Football fans, good afternoon here once again. We are live at Jack Heaney Field right here in Panama, New York. Clymer Sherman Panama Wolfpack taking on the Franklinville Ellicottville Titans in Section 6, Class D, semifinals, high school football action. The winner will take on Randolph next week at Highmark Stadium, the home of the Buffalo Bills. Norm Rodriguez here along with Jacob Fayok. Jake, how are you?
Absolutely incredible. A nice long drive here down the Panama, getting set for Class D football action. Some beautiful playoffs football that we had yesterday, and going to get the same amount of football action not only here but across Western New York.
And we will have it all covered, but we're about to have the national anthem here, Jake, so we're going to step aside and we will see you on it.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to wnyImmediatecare.com for more information.
And we're about to have the coin toss here. Once again, Jack Heaney Field in Panama, New York. We've also got the officials for this afternoon's game. Jim Barber, the referee, Mike Cummings, the umpire, Zach Nicola, the head linesman, line judge Tony Giardini, and the back judge Glenn Anderson. And from what we've seen throughout the season, more often than not, the team that wins the coin toss, they want the ball straight away in reference of deferring instead.
So let's talk about the away opponents here. Franklinville, Ellicottville, they come into this game 6-2 overall, 3-2 in Class D. At the helm is Jason Marsh, entering his third season as varsity head coach, and the main game plan for him, they want to go out there and execute and play as a perfect game as they can. Remember, these teams played earlier in the season with C.S.P. winning 16-12 in the contest. A nice, low-scoring defensive battle that we saw throughout that matchup, and we're going to have a very similar one here for this semifinal game. As for Clymer Sherman in Panama, a.k.a. C.S.P., the Wolfpack, they're 7-2 overall, 4-1 in Class D. They weren't in Class D the last season. They were up in Class D, and now they're back down here in Class D, take on the defending Class D champions from the past season, trying to reclaim their title in Class D.
Yes, and the Wolfpack won the toss, and they want the ball first. So we're going to see the Wolfpack offense to start off this ball game once again. The winner of this matchup will be taking on Randolph next week at Highmark Stadium. Not only will we have coverage of games throughout today, we're also going to have some of the games covered at Highmark as well.
Absolutely, and one of those games to look at, later today, one of them being Class B with Western New York Maritime. The winner of that game will take on Iroquois, who had a wonderful game against Albion last night. I was there along with Tim Chifa. We broadcasted that game. Trey Kleitz went for 3 touchdowns that night. Now 2 away from breaking Cole Snyder's record for the most passing touchdowns in Western New York. And as he's done a phenomenal job in the passing game, you're going to have to look out for Franklinville Ellicottville's quarterback, Lucas Marsh, who comes into this game with 22 passing touchdowns.
Yes, 22 pass touchdowns, and one of his main guys on the receiving end, Logan Granols, he's got 10 touchdown catches on the season. Blake Frank also having a strong year on the receiving end. He's got 4 touchdown catches, one of them which could be the next opponent should they pull a win out against Randolph. So Hinsdale, Burchanowski, and Roth, the deep men for the Wolfpack here on the kickoff. So Titans preparing to kick it off. Joe Conlon with the Toto leather. Once again, winner taking on Randolph. And the kick unit for the Titans is ready. A close matchup in the regular season, a 4-point loss for the Titans. They have a shot for back-to-back weeks of redemption should they pull out a win here today. But they're kicking it off first. Conlon about to go toe to leather, and we are underway here at Jack Heaney Field. And that's a nice kickoff, fielded at around the 15-yard line. And here comes a wedge of blockers to the 30-yard line. And one of the guys on the tackle there for the Titans, number 33, Hayden Traitley.
So it's going to be a little bit tough here with this being a grass field. You don't have the painted numbers of what yard line it is. So right now they're right at the 30-yard line for the people who are watching this at home. Got the pylons on the far side of the field, if you see it from our cameraman. It shows the yard lines and the indications for every 10 yards. So this is definitely a little bit of a challenge for a little bit of the spot of the ball.
We can handle it.
But it's definitely going to be manageable.
And it's going to be first down 10 for the Wolfpack, and they're going to start it off here in the power I formation. And here's the snap, and it's going to be a give on the counter off the fake pitch. And a decent amount of yards gained, about 4 yards on the run. And the tackle by Caleb Plotz, number 69. So a decent way to start off the game for the Wolfpack. Looked like the handoff was to Chuddy, but here comes the pistol formation. And here's the give on the dive. And breaking a couple tackles, gets to the 40-yard line. More than enough for a first down. And that was Burchanowski on the carry. And so Wolfpack going in a bit of a hurry up here.
Oh, they're not going to credit him the first down.
Oh, I thought he got it.
He's very close, though.
Ooh.
It's technical. You know, we have it on our screen 3rd and 1. Folks, it's 3rd in inches.
I would say 3rd down and 6 inches. Power I formation. Here's a snap. And here comes the handoff, and this time they've got the first down. And the man on the tackle there, it was Brad John, number 85. So move the chains, first down Wolfpack.
Yeah, what a good job by C.S.P. They're using the ground and pound attack to not only get a nice start off in this drive, but try to tire out a little bit of the Franklinville-Ellicottville defense. It may not seem like that at the start of the game, but once they keep doing this defense is going to get tired.
Hinsdale set in motion, fake handoff. Quarterback almost falls, but he finds his footing. Incomplete. Curtis Olson nearly lost his footing on the field, but he was able to get a pass off and just out of the reach of Michael Willink.
Yeah, Willink was wide open there, and you mentioned as soon as he got out of, of that, I believe it was under center, as soon as he got out of it, tripped up, tried to move to his left, was facing pressure right away, and Willink was wide open, just couldn't, corral it enough to make that good throw on the run.
And here comes Olsen under center. Motion man is Hinsdale. Give on the counter and tackled at around the 45-yard line. About 3 yards on the run, so they'll make it a 3rd down and about 7 yards.
And it's a similar style to what Albion was trying to do against Iroquois last night. For people who were having to attend that game, a little bit of a difference there. They were out of their quarterback, Amari Jones, so they're doing a lot of option reads and option runs against Iroquois, and C.S.P. seems to be doing the same thing.
Well, here comes a sideline pass that is complete, and that's going to be short of a first down. The tackle by Ethan Frank, number 61. So that's going to be a 4th down here. 4th down and 5. It's only a 2-yard gain on the completion, and if you're the Titans, that's a great start.
Absolutely. They're on the road here. A big disadvantage here when you are on the road. CSP with the big home field advantage, but Franklinville, Ellicottville, you look on the far side of the field, they got a nice crowd as well, but it's always tough, when you're going on the road, especially in the playoffs. So they get a nice start here against CSP on their offense is very good.
Hinsdale sent the punt. Usually if there's a motion on a punt, it could possibly be a fake. But here comes the snap and the boot by Hinsdale, and this one a short knuckleballer. It'll hit past the 30 and takes a beautiful bounce. We'll see where it goes out of bounds. It'll be at around the 28-yard line. So first down and 10 for the Titans, and you're Franklinville, Ellicottville. You force a 3 and out. Now you have a chance to get the first lead of the game. And so here comes the Titan offense, again led by Lucas Marsh.
So this is where Marsh, we saw him a couple of times against Randolph, and ever since that Randolph game, he's gotten better, going through his progressions and done a good job scrambling out of the pocket and use his feet as well. So a nice dual-threat quarterback who can throw the ball pretty well.
Pistol formation, and he wants to throw it right off the bat. Goes for Frank. That's complete on the wheel route, and he finds a little bit of yardage, and he should have enough for a first down. Brought down by a trio of Wolfpack, and 2 of the guys that were in on the tackle. One of them, number 69, Trayvon Kopta, and the other guy was Owen White, number 4. But move the chains, first down, Franklinville, Ellicottville, and like the Wolfpack, they're in a bit of a semi-hurry up.
Yeah, they definitely are. And, Blake Frank was one of those guys who was on the team the past season, and starting to emerge himself as, a very good wide receiver on his team this season with 4 receiving touchdowns, almost 300 yards receiving. He's done a phenomenal job on the defensive side with 34 tackles, a sack, and a couple interceptions.
Well, a pass intended for Granoles falls incomplete. Granoles, again, leads the team in touchdown receptions. He's got 10.
Yeah, that's the other, a nice wide receiver duo of Logan Granoles and Blake Frank just on that one. Just the throw was a little bit far to Granoles' right side for an incomplete pass.
So this will make it a 2nd down and 10. And here comes the Titans in the pistol formation. Balecki, the single back. Got trips right, 1 receiver to the left. Barking the signals, and it's going to be a keeper. And Marsh gets very minimal yards. Got red right away, and again, one of the guys on the tackle for the Wolfpack. Kopta once again.
Yeah, Marsh picked out maybe a yard, maybe 2. But, it's a very good job on C.S.P. And this is what kind of the game we were expecting. It's only been 2 drives, one for C.S.P. and Franklinville, Ellicottville in their first drive. It's going to be a nice defensive battle between both sides, and there might be some big plays on the offense that might, set tides through each momentum.
Well, 3rd down and 8 here as they're going to go empty backfield. A trips right, 2 receivers to the left. Marsh in the spread as Granoles is set in motion. Takes a snap, and he'll throw a swing pass over to Granoles. That's complete. Finds a little bit of space, but he's going to be short of the 1st down. Got tackled around just short of midfield. Again, no yard lines painted on the field, so we are giving it to you the best that we can from our viewpoint. And it looks like the Titans are going to punt the ball here. And the 2 deep men are Hinsdale and Burchanowski.
And that was a nice, honestly, offensive play by Franklinville Ellicottville. They went for the short pass. They wanted to use the blocking. The problem is that C.S.P. was able to sniff that out right away, able to use their speed to get past the blockers before the catch was made by Granoles. And as soon as he made it, he got 2, maybe 3 yards on that pass.
Oh, Nuzzo bobbles a snap, picks it up, he's got some space, and he does have enough for a 1st down. So how about that? John Nuzzo mishandles a snap, but he picks it up, continues the play, and the drive stays alive for the Titans. 1st down. Wow.
Way to turn a negative into a positive. Usually when you see a bobble like that, the rush from the special teams is able to get the punter right away, so he can't make an attempt to make a run or try to get a attempt to even punt it. Nuzzo drops it, found some space, wide open space on his left side, and gets the 1st down, and they're in CSP territory.
I wish we were able to do a replay of that because that was awesome. But Nuzzo's also back out again on the opposite end as a receiver. And they're going to go 2 on the other end, 1 slot. Granoles the slot receiver. This is the 2-back pistol formation, and Marsh is going to keep it. And he's stopped again, but there's a flag. Flag on the play. Kopta, one of the guys to force the tackle, and the tackle by Gabe Roth, number 26, holding on the Titans.
And even add insult to injury, they get the 2-yard loss. And with this holding penalty, remember in high school sports, the holding penalty occurs at the spot of the foul. They start from there, and then they add 10 more yards.
Yes. From what I've seen, spot foul plus the yardage. This will be back at roughly the 42-yard line. A little under 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter. The referee says roll the clock. So it's going to be first down and about a mile here for the Titans. 1st and 23 after the penalty. Marsh wants to throw, looks, staying in the pocket, almost falls down, but he's got some room to run if he wants it. He's still looking, throws, caught by Frank. No, incomplete, couldn't hold on. Personally, before Frank was holding the ball a little longer, I thought he had about 5-10 yards where he could have ran.
Yeah, he definitely had some opportunities to try and run with the football, but, you know, we always know throwing it in the air, you're going to get more yards that way than on your legs, and that's what he wanted. He saw a little bit of a chance to scramble a bit, but he would have probably got 3 yards on that play, whereas that pass attempt could have probably went for almost 10.
But it's going to be a 2nd down and 23 for Franklinville, Ellicottville as they get the play call. We're just waiting for both teams to get set, and they are. Again, pistol formation here for the Titans. Could be another possible keeper here, and it is. He's going to sweep it over to the left side, and he gets forced out of bounds, but that does cut the yardage down. It will be 3rd down for the Titans.
Yeah, it's going to be a 3rd and very long. And, one thing to mention, on this field so far is we've seen both quarterbacks each take a bit of a tumble when they are, whether in the shotgun formation or under center, taking a little bit of a slip. So this might be a little bit of a slick field today as the game progresses along.
So a 6-yard run there by Marsh. 3rd down and 17.
And right now, you got the players for Franklinville, Ellicottville. They're going to look at their plays, make some shifts.
Probably to keep the Wolfpack on their toes, keep them guessing. Granol's a slot receiver, pistol formation for the Titans. The 2-wide stack and a 1 receiver on the right. Here's a snap, and Marsh wants to go to the air again. He'll throw a swing past to Bilecki. Bilecki makes a man miss, crosses midfield, picks up a block, and he's down the sideline. And he's finally going to be brought down by a trio of Wolfpack, but the screen pass there, the little swing pass to the flats worked, did a little dance, made a man miss, and got down for the first.
Wow, Bilecki is the reason why they got the first down. A nice little pass from Marsh to Bilecki and able to shake off one defender, able to use the awareness of that in between the out-of-bounds lines to see how much field he had left, able to take it up stride towards C.S.P sidelines to get well enough for a first down. And I'll tell you, that's stuff like that kills defenses, and it gets confidence on the drive as they continue to progress along.
So an inadvertent converted 4th down and a 3rd down and long conversion keeps the drive alive for the Titans, and they're going to go into a pistol formation again. A trips to the left side, and here comes a snap. It's going to be a toss sweep, and swinging it over to the left side, down the sideline, and he's inside the 10-yard line. So the sweep play works to perfection. Went over to Braylon Wyatt, and more than enough for another first down.
And, after that big pass play from Marsh to Bilecki, he's got a big run play off to the left side, able to get more yardage for another first down. Franklinville, Ellicottville have all the momentum on their side right now, trying to get their first touchdown of the game.
So under 4.5 minutes left in the first. Both teams still looking to get points on the board. Titans are nearing the end zone. And they're going to go a trips right, 1 receiver to the left. Pistol formation once again. Marsh takes a snap, and he wants to throw. But here comes the rush. He'll throw it to Bilecki again. And let's see what he can do here. And he'll be tackled right at the line of scrimmage.
And that's where C.S.P, they saw the screen pass coming, and they're able to find, able to see that Bilecki was going to get the ball once more, because 2 plays prior, he took it almost 30 yards, for a big first down for Franklinville, Ellicottville. But C.S.P is able to hold strong there. They see Bilecki has it, and they're able to stay in front of him, wrapped up him by the legs. And I don't know if he got a yard or so on that play.
So it was no gain. They can get a first down without getting to the end zone. They'll have to get it to the 1-yard line. And the Titans in the pistol formation. Trips right, 1 receiver to the left. And Marsh wants to throw, looks. And he's got a little bit of space. He'll try to get a couple of yards to avoid a sack. He is ruled down. Marsh trying to turn something out of nothing, and again, the pocket just collapsed.
So now bring down a 3rd and goal. He looked to his left side. He tried to find John Nuzzo on the left side, but he was covered pretty well. And as soon as he saw that good coverage, he saw the pocket collapsing, had to go up front, and just got no gain on the play.
Marsh about to go back in the shotgun again. Nearing the end zone, looking to get some points at the board, and Marshall flip it over to Granoles on a little forward pitch. And the flag on the play, but tackled at around the 6-yard line. I would guess it's a hold or an illegal block. It's going to be a holding on the Titans, and again, spot foul plus 10 yards.
Yeah, that's just a killer right there. You just had two big plays, and now that gets negated due to a penalty, and that now hinders their chance, try to get closer towards the end zone. And, this is the stuff right here where, if you're the head coach of Franklinville, Ellicottville, you're just aggravated because you're right there. You're close. You're able to get that big score. That's what you need right away to start this football game, and now it's getting pushed back due to a penalty.
And we'll see where the spot's going to be. And looks like it'll be at the 15-yard line.
It looks like they have it spotted right around the 20.
It's going to be third down and long here for the Titans. So, again, no yard markers on the field, so we're reading it the best we can. Third down and a country mile here for the Titans. And here come the Titans once again, loving to do that pistol formation. Here's a snap, and he wants to get some yards through the air, looking. And he'll swing it over to Granoles. He makes a catch, and he'll make up some of the yards back. This is going to be fourth down.
So let's heavily put it as a 4th and goal situation.
This is going to be fourth down to 13. And the way it's looking, the Titans are going to go for it. If they wanted to kick it, it would be a 31-yard field goal.
Yeah, obviously I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it. I don't know much about them when it comes to going for a 2-point conversion or not, but Franklinville Ellicottville just called the timeout.
Yeah, but we'll take a quick one ourselves. You're watching this Section 6 Class D semifinals matchup between C.S.P. and Franklinville Ellicottville right here on WNY Athletics.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to WNYImmediatecare.com for more information.
And we're about to resume action. This is going to be a fourth down and goal at the 13. Yeah, so earlier in that drive, we saw on the board it said 1st and 10 at the 11, but it was actually a goal-to-go situation because it was 1 yard closer. But the Titans are going to go for it, and the Wolfpack in pass coverage in a cover 4 formation, and Marsh wants to get it through the air again. Looks. He'll wing it for the end zone. Oh, batted away, incomplete. That was intended for Blake Frank, and that's a huge one for the Wolfpack. Turnover on downs, 1st down and 10 for the Wolfpack.
And you saw that he batted it down right away because he knew if he had that as an interception, he would have been tackled right away, and that would have put CSP at very terrible field position.
It looked like it was about a 1, maybe the 2.
Yeah, he would have been tackled at the 1 yard line, and instead of that, now they're at the 13, so it makes it a bit easier for their offense to go down the field. They still have a long way to go, though. They got to go 87 yards.
Yes, and that was a 12-yard differential with the choice of batting it down. But 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack. Their first drive was a 3 and out. They'll look for a much better result here. And in the I formation, Olsen under center. Here's a snap, and it's a give on the counter. And tackled right away. Whoa, thrown down. Got thrown down by Caleb Plotz, who's had a busy game on the defensive side. It looked like it was Burchanowski on the carry.
Yeah, Caleb Plotz has been one of not their best, defensive linemen on Franklinville, Ellicottville. Comes into this game, with 45 tackles, 3 sacks, was a Week 8 Trench Trophy nominee, along with the other defensive lineman, Ethan Frank, who was a Trench Trophy nominee in Week 4.
Power I formation. Here's a snap, and Olsen wants to throw for it. And he runs outside the pocket, looking, throws, and that's complete. And hit right away. The pass was complete to Cooper Brown, and that results in a Wolfpack first down.
And that was a good job. That was a very, very phenomenal job. Trying to go through the progression, making sure there was something there. And Curtis Olsen was able to do that, keep his head up while he was scrambling a little bit to the outside and got a first down.
So first down and 10 for CSP Wolfpack as we just hit under 1 minute left in the first. Olsen calling out the signals. I formation once again, and a fake pitch and a give on a counter. And a good chunk of yardage on that run. Gabe Roth on the carry. So again, the smash mouth football.
And it looks like we had an official timeout. Might have been initially an injury timeout. There was a Wolfpack player that was a little bit slow to get up.
Well, he is up now and walking to the sideline. So that was an 8-yard run there by Roth, so make it a second down and 2. I believe the Wolfpack will just run one play and then let the clock run.
Yeah,
unless they're able to right now.
Yeah, absolutely. They might do that, but you technically get a first down, you stop the clock right away, then it initially starts back up. So, see what they want to do here. They had exactly 40 seconds, which is just the same amount left on the play clock before you got to get a play off.
Yes. And they burnt off about 28 seconds before going under center. And here comes a motion, and here comes a pitch. Oh, lost the ball! But Burchanowski is able to recover it, and that's how we're going to end the first quarter. This score, bagels, donut holes, a scoreless tie. This Section 6 Class D semifinals matchup between Franklinville, Ellicottville, and CSP is a quarter old. Stick around for more action of this ball game right here on WNY Athletics.
When you're ready to buy a home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. You can find new listings before they appear anywhere else and refine your search for immediate notifications of similar properties. Plus, get pre-qualified to make your offer stronger and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent who knows your area and how to close the deal. So when you're ready to buy, visit howardhanna.com and find your home fast.
I love being home.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
And we're about to momentarily start quarter number 2, but right now we've got some words from our sponsors. And Section 6 Football and WY Flex brought to you by Howard and Hanna, Immediate Care, Chiefs Barber, Ad Pro Sports, those nice fleeces, T-shirts, the works, Logistics Plus, who's celebrating its 25th anniversary, RES Physical, Cairo, Paul Wolf Agency, the man that solves problems, and Trench Trophy. But here comes a snap, and it looks like it's a keeper on the play, and it was a third down and short. So it's going to be fourth down and a yard. So let's see what the Wolfpack do here.
Now, that was odd that they went for a sneak play because usually you do that on a 4th and 1 or 4th and inches, and that was 2 yards. And you'd be surprised how much an extra yard does when you're in that style of formation. But obviously in this spot, they're going to go for it.
Yep, and the Wolfpack under center now. I wonder if they're going to try and make the Titans jump off sides with a hard count. Hensdale set in motion. They're going for it. And I don't know. I didn't see any forward progress. I don't think he got it. I think that the Titans stuffed Olsen on the run. I don't think he
I'm
got
trying
it.
to see where the line judge is, and usually they want to be right at around the 35-yard line. The way the football is spotted,
That's going to be short.
it looks like it's short, but we don't have the best of angles.
Yeah, and the referees have the better view, but we got the best spot in the house. And it's going to be a measurement from my vantage point, and I'm sure you would agree with this, Jake. I don't think he got it, and there was hardly any forward progress at all.
Yeah, I don't think he got it all. And, you're looking at Logan Granols and Lucas
here
March
comes-
for Franco Ellicottville. They're taking a
Here comes the
they're
measurement.
taking a nice close-up to see where this ball's going to be spotted.
Oh,
and they
giving him a
gave it
first
to
down.
him.
Wow. That is surprising. From my view, I thought it was short.
The way the chain gain had it spotted to where the first down was, it looked like that was spotted right along the chalk line, which would be the 35-yard marker. It didn't look like where the football was, but that must have been just by a hair.
I would say by a link.
That's why we say, it's not the best of angles that we have up here. You never know. And CSP's drive stays alive.
Well, here's Olsen looking to throw. He'll throw a wheel pass, incomplete. Intended for Roth, but the pass was wide of Roth's vantage point, so that would have been an impossible catch.
Dave Roth, 2nd and 10 CSP from their own 35-yard line.
So 2nd and 10 at their own 35. Both teams still looking to score here. They're going to go 2 wide twins on the left side. One receiver to the right. Here's a snap. Sideline pass to Hinsdale. That's complete on the wide receiver screen. And he's not going to get a lot of yardage on it.
Complete to Hinsdale.
Tackled on the play by number 36. That is Hunter Smith.
Short gain on the play, 3rd and 7.
So they'll actually credit him 3 yards on that pass to make it a 3rd and 7.
Looks like the Titans D's tightening up after that 4th down conversion.
Honestly, the way this is going for both offenses, this might be a situation where you get one touchdown. That could be game right there.
Or we could see overtime. But right now they're going to go in a wide trips formation on the right side and one receiver to the left, and Olsen wants to throw. And he's got plenty of time. Looking, escapes the pocket, still looking. He'll shoot this one downfield, and that's going to be incomplete.
Pass intended for
Bilecki had a shot to pick it off, but decided to let it go and force a 4th down.
Yeah, that one just sailed way over the receiver and the defender of Bilecki. And, that might be a chance for Bilecki to maybe get an interception, but he just wanted that to sail over, wanted to take the incompletion, and the punting unit comes out for CSP. And you see the way that ball was thrown, how far that went,
Yeah.
depending on how good this punter is, that just might be the same distance to where Franklinville, Ellicottville would hypothetically start if that pass was intercepted.
Well, Hinsdale's going to punt. Granol's the deep man for the Titans. We've seen some interesting things on punts, some bobbled snaps and a motion man, so motion could also be a possible fake. And here comes the boot by Hinsdale, and that punt's a high topping beauty. And that takes a bounce, and it will stop. It'll stop inside the 20-yard line.
1st and 10, Franklinville, Ellicottville.
That was a beautiful punt. Getting it inside the 20, I want to say they probably have it around maybe the 18, maybe 17-yard line.
That's what I'm thinking.
And that's a very good punt. Field position is very important in high school football. That's why you always want to have a good punter when it comes to high school football. And the way both these offenses have been going, it just seems like an 83-yard drive feels like you're at the 1-yard line instead of being at your own 18.
It's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Titans. And, again, a scoreless tie, which with both teams known to score pretty efficiently, this is uncharacteristic for both ends. What's going to be the pistol formation here for the Titans. Granol's the motion man, and he will get it on the sweep. And he's going to be stopped right away.
Reynolds tackled.
Yeah, he lost about maybe 3 yards on that play. A nice little jet sweep, but CSP able to find that out right away and able to bring him down.
2nd and 13.
So it's a 3-yard loss on the run. 2nd down, 13. And here come the Titans back out on the offensive end. looks like Marsh is going to stick to the pistol formation as the receiving core goes over the play. They're going to go in a trip stack on the right side. And here's the snap, and it's going to be a keeper here by Marsh. Breaks a couple of tackles, took it past the 20, got it to about the 23-yard line.
I mean, that's a nice, beautiful run. He picked up about 5, maybe 6 yards on the play to still set up a third and manageable. But, you know, in Class D football, you know, even if you get like 3 or 4 yards on your next play, you're still going to obviously go for it with an opportunity to get a first down. Just want, in this situation, you either obviously want to get the first down or get to as close to it as you can.
7-yard run on the keeper by Marsh. 3rd down and 6 to go. Trips left. Shotgun formation. Marsh takes a snap, and he's going to keep it again. And, oh, he slipped and fell. And that's a bummer because he had a gap where he could have had at least 5 yards.
He did, and, you know, that's what I mentioned earlier on this broadcast. You know, in the first quarter, this field is a bit slippery, and both quarterbacks have faced it. Lucas Marsh faced it just a little bit more in that situation. You're right. He did have an open spot, I believe, on his right side where he could have taken up for a possible first down, and now that brings up 4th down after slipping and falling onto the field.
And that was no gain on the run, so John Nuzzo being prepared to punt. And if any viewers that don't remember or didn't see it, the last time the Titans were set to punt, bobbled snap, and Nuzzo picked it up and ran it for a first down. Burchanovsky, the deep man for the Wolfpack. And here comes the rush. Here's the boot. Almost got blocked, but still a nice punt. And, oh, barely held on there by Burchanovsky. Came very close to coming out as he fell down. So 1st and 10 for the Wolfpack at around the 34-yard line.
Man, we could have had – I don't think people realize how close that could have been where that could have swung either way. You almost had a block punt by C.S.P.
Yep.
Punter was able to get it out right away. And C.S.P's return man not calling a fair catch, and that could have been a spot where if he stood up, he would have been immediately hit right away, could have possibly coughed a fumble, and Franklinville, Ellicottville could have possibly recovered it. So
yeah,
those are 2 situations where, you know, they could easily had, you know, possible fumbling opportunities, but, you know, that's what happens sometimes in high school football. Sometimes you get the luck on your side, and that happened for both teams.
Well, here's the give to Burchanovsky, and he'll get a few yards. It was 1st and 10 to 39. So 7-10 left in the half. Score's still 0-0, and this might be one of those games in the days of the leather helmets, be like a 6-3 ball game.
Oh, no doubt, and, you know, going what they had in Week 6 where it was a 16-12 matchup. That was a low-scoring game, too.
And it's a pitch to Burchanovsky, and he gets a couple yards. Looks like he may have gotten 1 yard. It's going to be a 3rd down and medium range for the Wolfpack.
3rd and 5.
They may have actually credited him 2 yards, so it'll be 3rd down and 5. And, you know, like I mentioned that, you know, Franklinville-Ellicottville game, you know, C.S.P., you know, had more of the balanced matchup in terms of passing and rushing. Right now, Franklinville-Ellicottville has done a good job slowing them down a bit.
And Olsen's looking to throw, rolls out of the pocket. He'll throw it in the middle of the field. That's caught. It's complete to Lysandro.
And he's going to be short.
We'll see from the spot.
Well, they had it originally at around the midfield marker, and they moved it back about a yard or two, so it's still in CSP's territory at the 48.
It's 4th and a yard from the 49. They did convert a 4th down earlier in this drive where the Titans came dangerously close to forcing a turnover on downs, but here's another chance for the Titans to force that. And if that's the case, good field position, and they're showing the blitz. Let's see if they hard count here to try to get the Titans to jump this time. And that's what they were trying to do, as the Wolfpack will call a timeout, and 5:36 left in the half. Score still 0-0. And we're going to be right back and stick around for more of this matchup right here on WNY Athletics.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to WNYImmediatecare.com for more information.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
And again, under center, 4th and 1, they're going for it. It's a give to Burchanowski. This time, they did not get it. The Titans stuffed Burchanowski, and the Titans not only force a turnover on downs, they're going to have this in Wolfpack territory.
Wow, and that is just absolutely incredible to see from Franklinville, Ellicottville. They were able to realize that was going to be a run play. The original play before the timeout was called, they had them split wide, shotgun formation. Ty Harper didn't like that. They called timeout, so they go a different play. They wanted to go with the run because it was only about a couple inches away from the first down marker, and the Titans able to sniff that out right away, blow by in the backfield, and get them a loss and turnover on downs.
False start on Granoles. Jumped a hair too early on the snap. We've seen that a lot throughout the season in all the games we've done. The receivers sometimes, they're about ready to start moving as when the ball's about to be snapped. This isn't the Arena League or the Canadian League where you get a 5-yard backward head start then run forward. So a 5-yard penalty on the false start, 1st down and 15 for the Titans.
And your defense just had a phenomenal stoppage to create the turnover on downs. This is the last thing you want, where you start off your offense on a penalty to move them back 5 yards.
So they are back in their own territory now after that penalty. 1st down and 15. Here's a snap, and Marsh wants to throw for it. Here comes the rush. He finds some room to run. He's got a good gap. He crosses midfield to the 45, and it's going to make this 2nd down short.
And that was a phenomenal run by Marsh. That's the scrambling ability he's able to get. You got to worry about his arm, and if it's not there, you can't give him enough space because if he finds it, he'll take it. And it looks like they initially stopped because what if they called injury timeout. Marsh a little bit slow to get up, hobbling a little bit. But he did a phenomenal job gaining back that 5 yards they lost on a penalty and gaining about another 5 to, get them close to a 2nd down, possibly about 5 to go.
So that was a gain of 10 yards for Marsh, and he's going to stay on the field. And they're going to go in a tight trips pistol formation. It's a toss to Bilecki. Oh, he bobbled it! And a flag on the play. It looks like the Wolfpack got the fumble.
Lots of stuff going on.
There is a penalty.
Ty Harper is arguing that, that fumble was picked up by C.S.P., and it looks like they initially did that.
I thought so, too. It's going to be, looks like it'll be a holding on the Titans from the ref's indication, and yes, it is. Penalties declined, so CSP's got the ball. So the Titans, you know what? It's a month early, but we're seeing giving season right here in Panama.
It's just incredible. You bobble the ball, and CSP able to recover it. You had a penalty on yourselves that, got negated due to CSP able to recovering it. Absolutely incredible. What a turn of events this game's had. This game's had so much action so far, and for the amount of action it's had, we're still scoreless.
Yes, we are, and both teams have had opportunities to get to the end zone. Titans failed on a 4th and goal situation, but now the Wolfpack have a chance to score first. And it's going to be a pitch to Burchanowski, and he's going to get stopped for very minimal yardage. One of the guys on the tackle there, the main guy, Ethan Frank. So it's been an even strength sparring match.
It has, and every time you see a positive play for one side, the next play becomes a negative for that same team, and we see that a little bit with CSP. They get the fumble recovery, but Franklinville, Ellicottville able to redeem themselves a bit by only allowing a 3-yard pickup.
2nd down and 7. Titans showing the blitz, and we have a flag.
Flag on the play.
Oh, this is on the offense. This is not what you need right now.
So an illegal motion's being called on the Wolfpack. When a procedure's illegal, it's usually the motion man isn't set or a receiver's number is being blocked by a lineman. But another penalty, but this time for the Wolfpack. 2nd down 12 after the penalty. And they're going to go into trips right, one receiver left, and the Wolfpack in shotgun on the pistol. Sending a man in motion. Here's the snap, and Olsen wants to throw. Throw center of the field, wide open, and slipping and falling. That was complete to Cooper Brown. Michael Willink was the motion man, and looks like the ball's going to be at a close to the 35-yard line, and more than enough for a Wolfpack first down.
Oh, what a beautiful job. And that's what happens with Olsen. He found this guy. He found his man wide open, able to give it to Brown for the first down, and just a phenomenal job, to make a negative out of a positive once again. They had the penalty and able to get a nice strike for a first down.
And here comes a wide receiver screen that's caught by Hinsdale and breaks a couple of tackles, but still very minimal yardage. And Boyla on the tackle number 55 for the Wolfpack. Landed more on the tackle.
And that's only a 2-yard pickup. But how impressive it is to see a freshman like Bryce Hinsdale, come into this game, a very crucial playoff game. He's done a phenomenal job. He's got 3 interceptions on the season, 325 receiving yards and a touchdown. Was a Connolly Cup performer in Week 6.
And this pass is complete to Willink. And he gets good yardage on it. We'll see from the spot. It looks like he got enough for a first down.
Yeah, he definitely did. Willink just, again, CSP's doing a good job finding the receivers in the middle. Ty Harper is noticing that. The linebacking core and a little bit of the safeties are split a little bit with enough distance to where there's some space open up in the middle. And so far, Olsen's seen that a couple of times. And he found Willink. He found Cooper Brown on the 2 previous plays. And good job for CSP getting down the field.
Olsen wants to throw it again. He's going to shoot this one to the corner of the end zone and incomplete. Intended for Brown. 2:32 left in the half, and Wolfpack looking to get the first touchdown of the game. So 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 31-yard line. And it's going to be a trips to the right, one receiver to the left, and they're going to do a shift.
Yeah, they had a couple people motion. They got wide receiver down to the left side and a single back.
And here's a snap, and Olsen looking to throw. And he throws center of the field again. That's caught by Hinsdale. Picks up a block. And Granoles drags for dear life to bring down Hinsdale. So we'll see from the spot.
It looks like having a little bit of a discussion to see if this is going to be a first down or not. And now they're going to have an official's timeout to take a look at it. If it's not a first down, it's very close. It's either 2nd and 1 or 2nd and inches. But, again, that middle is open for Olsen to find his receivers. And Ty Harper's seeing that. He's telling his guys, telling Olsen, look at the middle. You're going to find your guys open. And he's found Hinsdale. He's found Cooper Brown. He's found Willink in those similar spots. And they've done a good job getting that catch and creating some extra yardage with that space that they're being given to by the Titans defense. And they've done a phenomenal job with that on this drive. And we're going to take a look at right now, see if the chain gang, see if they got enough for a first down.
That's enough. That the Lynx were right behind the back end of the football. That's more than enough. So the Wolfpack getting even closer to a score.
Yeah, and they now have it inside the 20. They're in the red zone now. And where Ellicottville was with this before, on this side of the field, remember the penalties killed them. That's what stalled out their offensive drive. And now CSP's in a similar spot with just a little over 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Can they punch it in the end zone before we go into half?
And the Titans do get the ball to start half number 2. So they're going to go in a 2-back pistol set. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. and the clock will continue to run. Here's a snap. Olsen wants to throw it again. He'll throw a swing pass that's caught by Roth and gets tackled down.
Yeah, so he picked up maybe about a yard or so. If not, it's very close. They at the line of scrimmage. Actually, they'll just put him at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on that play. But it's a nice attempt, though. They give it to, they find, their receiver. Just Titans able to just sniff it out right away.
Under 2 minutes left in the half, and still a 0-0 tie. And Willink sent in motion. And here's a snap, and Olsen looking to throw, stays in the pocket, throws in, it's incomplete, intended for Roth. Way too high.
Yeah, that was way too high for Gabe Roth. There was no way he was going to have that. Even when he was trying to adjust it, he did get some separation from his defender, but nothing there to, to make it a catchable attempt.
So 3rd down and 9 at the 16. Wolfpack so close to getting the first score of the game for either team.
I think this could be a situation where, listen, if you got a trick play in your arsenal, why not use it?
Hey, CSP did have a trick play that hit the Sports Center top 10 a couple years back, actually, coincidentally. Pitch to Schwabik, and he threw it over to Cameron Barmore for a touchdown, and that was at Highmark Stadium. And here's a snap, a fake handoff. Olsen wants to throw on the play-action fake. Looking. Looks like there may have been a holding penalty, but here's the throw, and Olsen will just throw it away. So 4th and 9 at the 16, and now you got a big decision to make.
Yeah, you definitely do, but they're gonna trust their kicker in this situation. Looked like they might be going for a field goal attempt.
The kicker is Barmore. Or excuse me, Hinsdale.
Yeah, Hinsdale listed here as a wide receiver and also defensive back.
And
also
they're going for the field goal.
Doing for the kicking attempt. So how about this? You don't see this a lot often here in Section 6. Let's see what happens.
So Hinsdale, a southpaw-footed kicker. This is a 34-yard attempt to get some points on the board. Snap, put down, kick on the way, winding down the field, and it is good. Finally, we get some points on the board. 3-0, a $1:22 left in the half. 34-yard field goal there by Hinsdale. Not an easy kick in high school football.
No, it's definitely not an easy kick at all. That probably had to have been, good possibly 20, if not 30 yards out, and he's able to boot it, able to get through. Had some nice space as well when that football went past the field goal crossbar and get our first score of the game, and it ends up as a field goal with CSP on the board.
So 3-0, 1:22 left in the half, and Titans are about to get the ball back. They do have 2 timeouts to use and a 1:22, so they can do something and get something out of it.
Yeah, they definitely should, and I believe it's what you said. Titans will have the ball to start off the second half, so try to get down the field, get some points on the board, because you'll gain all that momentum back on your side, and you'll have the ball to start the second half. So that's what they got to do right away, but they got to be quick with it.
And should they score a touchdown on this drive, then do it again to start the second half, 2-possession lead.
Yeah, this is a 2-possession swing if they're able to, both end result in touchdowns. But they got to do it here right now.
Bilecki, though, a dangerous return man. He did have a kickoff return touchdown during the regular season, and this one will go to Bilecki around the 18-yard line. To the 25 to the 30, breaks a couple of tackles, and tackled at around the 42-43. So again, Bilecki, very dangerous on the returns. He had 6 kickoff returns during the regular season. He averaged only 27 yards a return.
And you're showing an example why it's good blocking by the special teams, but also that nice burst of speed and the ability to break tackles. We saw that, with that big passing play earlier in the first half that, where Franklinville Ellicottville had a 3rd and very long, plus 20 yards, and they had a short pass. Bilecki's able to get 30 yards for a first down because he was able to break tackles and have great agility on that play. And you see why they use him in the special teams, part of the field, and as kick return. He's just a nice player to have to try to get, your team
Jake,
a good field position.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I'm sorry, but there was a late flag, a holding against the Titans, so that's going to wipe out the return.
So that must have been what the discussion was about, seeing what the flag was, and that's just a killer right there. And, that stalled out Franklinville Ellicottville multiple times, to try to get good field position, try to get points on the board too.
It cost them about 21, 22 yards of field, and they're just going to go in a power I formation. And here's a snap, and it's just going to be a handoff to Bilecki, and he's going nowhere.
Bilecki on the carry.
Similar to Wile E. Coyote running into the brick wall.
Tackled by a pack of Wolves. Second and
So we've hit 1 minute left in the half, and score now 3-0 in favor of the Wolfpack, so we won't have a scoreless half. But the Titans, I think, are just going to run the clock down and regroup for the start of the second half. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, Franklinville Ellicottville just called a timeout.
Maybe to possibly go over something to where they could probably at least get 3 points of their own. There's plenty of time left. There's a little over 49 seconds, and plus, you still got that one timeout. It's not going to go over into the second half.
Yeah, that's going to be very tough, considering how both their offenses have done, trying to get the ball down the field. I mean, if you throw deep, if you get a deep pass opportunity and, maybe one of the CSP defenders, gets on their receiver for a pass interference and they're able to get some possible yardage, they could probably do it that way. But I don't know. It really all depends right now with about, 49 seconds left and they call timeout. I'm just kind of confused by that.
Well, we do got an update on a football game going on right now. WNY Maritime versus West Seneca East, and the Falcons are up 6-0.
Yeah, and the winner of that Western New York Maritime West Seneca East game will take on Iroquois at Highmark Stadium for the Class B title.
And again, the whole crew of WNY Athletics will pretty much be at Highmark, and personally, I'm excited for it. This is one of the things I've been looking forward to all year. But it's going to be a 2nd down and 10. And they're going to go into a 2-back pistol formation, 2 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Grenoble set in motion. Here's a snap, and here's the throw. Marsh looking, gets outside the pocket, finds a little bit of space, picks up a block. He'll throw, and it is caught by Frank. Frank makes a man miss. Get out of bounds, young man. And he's going to be kept in bounds. I don't know what Frank was doing. He had a chance to get out and stop the clock.
Well, he technically stops the clock right now. He got the first down. And how about that for a beautiful play from Marsh over to Blake Frank? But it does stop the clock a little bit. They have some time left.
Yep.
But they got to keep this passing attack going.
But once the whistle blows after it's spotted, the clock continues to run. That's the catch. 30 seconds left in the half. Titans do have one timeout left. A trip stack to the right. And here's a snap. Marsh looking to throw. He'll lob it over to Bilecki. That's caught. Breaks the one tackle, gets away from another guy, crosses midfield, and they'll be brought down around the 47. They'll have to use this timeout, and they do. 15 seconds left in the half, and if you're the Wolfpack, you need to play prevent defense. Keep the middle open, but cover those sidelines.
And that was the play that Bilecki had early in the first quarter that became a 30-yard gain. And what did he do? He gets that catch. He's already met up by 2, if not 3 CSP defenders, breaks one tackle, cuts it back up the middle to just get enough for a first down. Dude's just a phenomenal player, able to break tackles and able to have good field awareness to see where he needs to be to gain more yardage.
I got to make a bold prediction here because, like I said, the Wolfpack will probably be covering the sidelines. Here's my bold prediction. No, this is not an NFL Today reference or anything, but I'm predicting the hook and ladder.
That's definitely an option on the table. The thing is, usually with that hook and ladder play, you got to try to get that ball. You got to try to throw that ball at least 20 yards downfield.
Yes.
And you got to set up a nice blocking attempt to where you're able to make that toss play and cut it to the outside. My guess is here, if they were to do that, it'd probably be on their left side because favoring that ball tackling along the left hash, it'd be a lot easier to make that throw if you're Lucas Marsh.
Yes, and if I get this right, you could call me Tony Romo. All of us have pretty much been a Tony Romo during some games or another, calling the play, and then it happens. But the Titans have to think long and hard about what they want to do here. They are in Wolfpack territory, and they've got one, but if they're able to stretch it, 2 chances at the most to get out of bounds. But it also could be one play, and if you don't get out or stop the clock, half's over. Trips right, 1 receiver to the left. Shotgun formation, Marsh looking to throw. And, he falls down, and he's sacked. And that's a big stop there by the Wolfpack. And, again, Marsh lost his footing, and it backfired on him. Copto with the sack, and that's how we end half number 1 with the Wolfpack up 3-0 over the Franklinville Ellicottville Titans. We have hit halftime, but stick around for the start of the second half of this Section 6 Class D semifinals action right here on WNY Flex, and we'll also have a halftime show in a little bit as well.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to WNYImmediatecare.com for more information.
Does he do car?
Forget about it.
How about home?
Forget about it.
Does he get good rates?
Forget about it.
And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy?
Forget about it. Paul, this is Johnny, the guy we've been talking about. Johnny, this is Paul Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. It's Paul, not Mr. Wolf.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Johnny, forget about it. For all your insurance needs, call 835-WOLF. And...
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to wnyImmediatecare.com for more information.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated, multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Does he do car?
Forget about it.
How about home?
Forget about it.
Does he get good rates?
Forget about it.
And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy?
Forget about it. Oh, this is Johnny, the guy we've been talking about. Johnny, this is Paul Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. It's Paul, not Mr. Wolf.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Johnny, forget about it. For all your insurance needs, call 835-WOLF. And
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to wnyImmediatecare.com for more information.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated, multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
Does he do car?
Forget about it.
How about home?
Forget about it.
Does he get good rates?
Forget about it.
And you're saying there's no problem too big for this guy?
Forget about it. Paul, this is Johnny, the guy we've been talking about. Johnny, this is Paul Wolf.
Mr. Wolf, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for the invite.
Not a problem. It's Paul, not Mr. Wolf.
Oh, sorry, Paul.
Johnny, forget about it. For all your insurance needs, call 835-WOLF and...
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to wnyImmediatecare.com for more information.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, large or small, call 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab right away. If you are in pain or just sore, don't take chances. Call RES today and take advantage of their 24 to 48-hour appointment pledge. With no copays, RES will help navigate the confusing world of no-fault insurance with you, so you can concentrate on getting better. 681-4088. RES Physical Medicine and Rehab. The most important call you can make after an auto accident.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do. Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
And we're about to very soon momentarily start half number 2 here at Jack Kearney Field, at Panama, New York, Panama High School. Climbers and Panama Wolfpack up 3-0 over the Franklinville-Ellicottville Titans. A 34-yard field goal by Bryce Hinsdale, the only scoring of the first half, as we hear one of the most common pump-up songs, TNT AC/DC, one of the most popular ones to get fans going, banging their heads, spinning their shirts around, do whatever they want. But offensively and defensively, it's been even strength, but the Wolfpack did enough to get a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, they did. It's definitely been even strength so far. Both the run teams and passings for each offenses have both done a phenomenal job, but both offenses also have a very good thing in common, is that they have a good amount of receiving cores. They're able to get some passing down the field. It's just been the penalties, honestly. That's been the killer.
It's been sloppy.
Franklinville-Ellicottville on our right side of the field, if you're looking at our camera on the right side of the field, had a chance, early in the first half to get a touchdown, but that was, stalled out due to penalties. C.S.P. had some penalties of their own when they got their offense out, but they made the better plays, the bigger plays that set up, that big field goal by Hinsdale. So that's where we're at with 3-0 right now, and we got to see what the adjustments have been for Jason Marsh of Franklinville-Ellicottville, and especially the adjustments have been for Ty Harper for CSP.
Yes, and honestly, if I'm the Titans, I would start sealing off a bit of the middle of the field, because when the center's been open, Curtis Olson is taking advantage of it passing-wise for the Wolfpack.
Yeah, and I've mentioned that a couple of times, towards the end of that first half, where the middle's been open, and Ty Harper saw that. He's telling Olson that, setting up plays where the receivers can get up to the middle, whether it's a slot receiver or a wide out that's, cutting up the middle. They've been there, and that's been due to the space the linebackers and the corners have been giving them, and they took advantage of that, and that's what set up the field goal.
And it was a beautiful kick too. We weren't sure if it was good at first, and because sometimes with that side trajectory, it may look like it's going wide left, it may look like it's going wide right, but most times it's right down the pipe.
Yeah, and in that case, you had the signal. You had to see the signal from the referees who were underneath the field goal post to see if that was good, and it was. They put 3 points on the board, and that's where we stand with 3-0. Got about 45 seconds left in this first half intermission, and seeing how the score's been so far, there's still been a ton of action that we've seen. We've seen a good amount of turnovers. We've seen some big hits. We've seen some really good defensive plays. We've also seen the offenses from both sides go for it on fourth down. It's been a nice competitive game. It's Class D football, man. What else could it be?
Yes, and while we got a minute, we're going to take a look at the updated WNY Maritime versus West Seneca East, and the Falcons are up 14-0 with a little under 3 minutes left in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's one of the two early onslaught playoff football games that you're seeing right now. Franklinville-Ellicottville against CSP, live on Western New York Athletics, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and on the WesternNewYork.com website. And you're seeing it there for Western New York Maritime, West Seneca East. They're having their own semifinal game as well. Going to have plenty more that happen later tonight. After that, there'll be no more semifinal games.
Oh, no.
And it'll all be the finals next week at Highmark Stadium.
Highmark Stadium, the home of the Buffalo Bills. And not to go off on a tangent for a moment, but right now they're running the AFC East, and they're going to be for years to come. As the Wolfpack will prepare to kick it off to start the second half. Hinsdale's going to go toe to leather. And honestly, if I'm Hinsdale, I keep it away from Bilecki.
Bilecki, maybe a surprise onside kick. That could be another option as well.
We have seen that before, and it has been successful. But Hinsdale Hand up in the air saying we're ready, and we're about to start the second half, and this is going to be a pooch kick. And it gets fielded there at around the 32-yard line, and taking advantage of that center of the field, it was returned there.
Looks like they're calling maybe a fumble on the play.
It was returned by Hunter Smith, number 36.
But the ref will say Titans recovered it.
So this is going to be good field position here for the Titans with Hinsdale choosing to pooch the kick.
Yeah, a little bit of a scare at first. You saw CSP sideline saying that could have been a fumble because there was some additional, contact being made on the ground, after the player was down on that kick return. So you thought there may have been a fumble or not. There was initially, but Franklinville, Ellicottville able to recover it.
And the Titans are going to go in the pistol formation. They've got a 2-wide stack on the right side, one receiver to the left. And Marsh taking the snap, and it's going to be an inside give once again to Bilecki. And Bilecki breaking some tackles. It takes it past the 45 to about the 46. There's a fumble on the play, I believe. It almost looked like one of the defenders that tackled Bilecki took the ball out.
They did, but as soon as Bilecki hit the ground, his elbow and knee were already down as the ball came, and then after that the ball came out. So even though CSP technically recovered it, Bilecki was technically down.
And we have a scoring update for the WNY Maritime game. The Falcons just scored another touchdown, so it's 20-0 with a $1:19 left in the half of that game, respectively. And it's going to be a 2nd down and 5, so a 5-yard gain by Bilecki. Pistol formation once again for the Titans. A 2-wide stack, and here's the snap, and it's another inside give to Bilecki, and this time they have it red. And it looks like Bilecki may have gotten a yard at the maximum, back to the line at the minimum.
They might actually credit him a loss of yard on the play, and it's been weird. It's been up this middle where it's been the slipperiest part of the field, and that happened again. He went to the right, saw some space when he cut up the gap, and when he tried to, he slipped and fell.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 6, so it's been ruled a loss of a yard. So 3rd down 6 at their own 45-yard line. And the Titans, you need to get some points on the board. Even if you got to settle for 3 and make this a tie game, it beats being behind. And they're going to go a 2-wide stack on the left side and 1 receiver to the right. No, I beg your pardon, 2 receivers to the right. And now we got a timeout called by the Titans. Seemed like that defensive alignment was confusing Franklinville-Ellicottville, unless they just didn't know what they wanted to do.
Yeah, I think that was the confusion. Might have been Lucas Marsh not knowing what he wanted as the play. And, the head coach, Jason Marsh, has decided to call a timeout. That's not what you want to do. You just started the second half. You're not even 2 minutes into the second half, and you already had to use one of your timeouts.
And very early in the 3rd quarter, too, and Trojans added a 2-point conversion to the other game going on right now, so 22-0 as that game will momentarily hit halftime. So 10-10 left in the 3rd quarter. 3-0 in favor of the CSP Wolfpack, and if this ends up being the final score, because the way it's looking on both sides of the ball, it's very believable. Titans get back out onto the field. This is a manageable 3rd down. It's 3rd down 6. And if they chose to, this could possibly be 4-down territory. Wolfpack showed aggressiveness with it on their own end of the field. The Titans will need to start doing some of the same things. Grinnell set in motion, and it's going to be an inside. No, it's a keeper. And Marsh is going to be very close. From my view, it looked like he got it, but it could also be just inches short.
Yeah, Marsh just got enough for the 1st down. He just got past the 1st down marker and a couple inches more. So remember, the winner of the CSP Franklinville-Ellicottville game will take on the winner of tonight's Class D semifinal game between Randolph and Portville.
Ooh. Also, that game's still yet to be played?
Yeah, that game will be taking place later tonight at 7 o'clock.
Oh, I thought that game already happened. My apologies on that. So that
my apologies. I'm sorry. It did happen yesterday. Randolph won 46-0. So the winner of this game will take on Randolph at Highmark Stadium.
Well, here's a snap, and it's a low one, but Marsh picks it up, evades the sack, goes downfield, looking for Frank. He makes the catch. 10, 5, touchdown Titans! And just like that, Franklinville-Ellicottville takes the lead. 49 yards to Blake Frank, and nearly got sacked, but Marsh was able to bounce out of it and throw a dime downfield where Frank could be the only one to catch it, and he fox-trotted into the end zone, and 6-3 now the score, and are we going to see a prelude of the offenses starting to pick up a little bit? That's going to be the big question.
Wow, this is absolutely incredible. Marsh, that's one of his big talents is throwing the ball deep down the field. He found a man in stride. It was Frank, and then able to take it in stride for 6 points for the touchdown. Just absolutely beautiful throw by Marsh.
And the Titans are going to go for 2 here. Honestly, stay aggressive. I like this. And they're going to go into a shift here. This is usually an unusual formation. This is to keep the defense guessing. This is a prototype of a Wildcat, and it's going to be a pitch. This could be the Philly special here, but Nuzzo's going to get stopped. Titans tried reenacting the Philly special, but it backfires. Even in spite of that, a touchdown by Blake Frank, 49 yards from Marsh. 6-3 now score. 9:20 left in the third quarter.
Man, that's not what you want at all. You get the touchdown. You go up by 3. They wanted to go for the 2-point conversion and just, they were trying to do a little bit of a trickery play to fool CSP, and they weren't fooled on that one.
I think if there wouldn't have been a pitch to Nuzzo, I think the Titans would have a better chance to convert it because the Wolfpack, they did look confused on it for a moment. But 6-3 now the score. And now the Titans, they still have the momentum, though, even though it was slightly disintegrated by that failed 2-point. But both teams getting ready for the kickoff. Kicking it off for the Titans, it's going to be number 60, Joe Conlon. And the deep men for the Wolfpack, Berchanovsky, one of the guys, as well as Hinsdale. Once again, 6-3 lead, 49-yard touchdown pass from Marsh to Frank. So now, Titans defense, if they can get a stop and get it together offensively again, you could have a 2-possession lead.
Oh, no doubt. And, that was probably what they wanted to try to do towards the end of the first half. And, unfortunately, they weren't able to get it. But on their drive, this time they were able to do it in the second half.
Beautiful kick, fielded by Berchanovsky around the 10-yard line. Picks up some blockers, and he runs into a wall. It looked like he had a chance for a decent return there, but it was Andrew Boyla on the tackle, and it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Wolfpack. It's still decent field position for them, though.
1st and 10, C.S.P. from their own 30-yard line.
It'll be at the 30-yard line, so not a bad start to get your first drive of the second half. And so the Wolfpack break the huddle. It's going to be a pistol formation. Here's a snap, and it's going to be an inside give to Berchanovsky, and he'll be lucky if he got a yard.
Yeah, they might actually just credit him maybe a yard on that run. And Franklinville now getting that momentum after that big touchdown pass from Marsh to Blake Frank, and now CSP has to try to respond. And we've seen this so far, throughout this game. It's been hard to put points on the board.
Yes, it has, and Titans right place at the right time with their touchdown pass as Roth will come into the game as a back. So it was a 1-yard gain by Berchanovsky. It's going to be a 2nd down and 9. And Olsen's going to go under center, then the I formation. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a pitch. And nearly got busted there. Berchanovsky makes a man miss, reverses the field, and he's got some gaps, and he nearly broke away from Frank. Great overall effort there by Berchanovsky. Saw the blocking was a little busted on the left side, reversed his field to the right side, and got a good chunk of yardage.
He did, and that's just, it's rare to see stuff like that happen because, usually when you're you stick to one side and you basically stay there, throughout the progression of that play. But in that case, he noticed some space on the left side. He went to juke back over to his left and able to get some yardage to make this a 3rd and short.
So 3rd down and 2 after the 7-yard run there by Burchanovsky. Showing the blitz, and here's the I formation. It's another give. And he did not get it. Fumble on the play, I believe. No. Got tackled behind the line of scrimmage. I almost thought the ball was loose there for a moment, but lost a yardage on the tackle, and that's a big 3rd down stop for Franklinville-Ellicottville. And it looks like they're going to punt the ball here. And in all honesty, this is the right decision. It's only a 3-point deficit you're facing. Your defense has done very strong with the exception of that touchdown from Marsh to Frank. Keep the faith in them. Granoles is going to be the deep man for the Titans, and Hinsdale sent the punt. Hinsdale, who had the 34-yard field goal for the Wolfpack's only points of the game thus far. Looks like the Titans are going to try and bull rush for a block. And here's a snap and the punt. And this punt's a high hang timer, and it takes a bad bounce. That was not a strong punt there by Hinsdale, and it's going to be at around the 47-yard line for the Titans.
And I think Bryce Hinsdale probably wanted a roughing the punter play, because as soon as he got that punt off, he was immediately had contact, and there was some blocking, on that left side, and one of his teammates, got pushed back and it ran into him, so he thought maybe that might have been roughing the punter, but flag was not thrown, and Franklinville-Ellicottville gets the ball to start this off.
And they got a chance now to make this a 2-possession game. And with the amount of yards, even if it was running into, it would be enough for a 1st down. It was a 4th and 3. Running into his 5, roughing his 15. So the Titans, again, now they have a chance to extend the lead. They scored a touchdown on their last drive. 49-yard touchdown pass, Marsh to Frank. Pistol formation. And here's a snap, and it's going to be a toss sweep over to Bilecki. Bilecki picks up some blocking, but he's going to get stopped right away. Brown on the tackle for the Wolfpack. So I believe that's going to be no gain.
No, he lost a couple of yards on that play. He tried to find a way to get some extra blocking. Couldn't find anything. So he tries to get to the far outside, just still couldn't find anything, and he got wrapped up right towards close to C.S.P. sideline for a loss of about,
like
2, maybe 3 yards. They'll actually do a loss of 2.
So 2nd down and 13 for the Titans. Shotgun formation with 2 wides on each side. Here's a snap and looking to throw. Looking, stays in the pocket, still looking, cocks the arm downfield for a receiver. Picked off! Intercepted on the play! Intercepted by Cooper Brown, and the momentum now, the sledgehammer, the riptide starting to go back to the way of the Wolfpack. That pass by Marsh, that was intended for Hunter Smith, but it was one that was like a hang time on a punt. Brown timed it, jumped for the ball at the highest point, and secured the interception.
Yeah, he did, and that pass was also overthrown too, and that's where defender was able to make a phenomenal play to, and also at the same time try to get his right foot in bounds, and that's what he did. So big turnover committed by Franklinville-Ellicottville, and C.S.P. now looking to respond.
Olsen looking in the shotgun formation, cocks the arm, looking, fumble, but he's able to recover. It's going to be a sack, and it's number 72 for the Titans on the sack. That is Tyler Gibbous on the sack.
And he lost a lot of yardage on that play.
8-yard loss on the sack. Gibbous was the one with the rush. Shotgun formation. Marsh looking to throw. No, Olsen looking to throw, and that one's complete. Over to Millink, and he gets a good amount of the yards back as Frank makes a tackle.
Yeah, he gained about 10, maybe about 11 or 12 yards or so on that catch. And Wolnick just done a phenomenal job, right there, right there in the middle. There's space open along that inside, and CSP is able to take advantage of it.
So a gain of 12 on the completion, 3rd down and 6. So they got more than the back of the yardage. And Olsen looking to throw. Stays in the pocket. Ball deflected. Intercepted! And that's what you learn on the tip drill. Ball's intercepted. That was picked off by number 56, Ben Brohl with the interception. And that pick, that was not Olsen's fault. The ball got deflected by a charging lineman for the Titans. And that's something you learn in football practices, the tip drill. And that was executed beautifully right there by Franklinville Ellicottville.
Absolutely wild sequence. We have seen in this third quarter in this Class D semifinal game between Franklinville, Ellicottville, and CSP, had a big interception by the Wolfpack, and in ensuing possession, the Titans able to grab an interception themselves. You mentioned Ben Brohl, one of the good defenders on this Franklinville, Ellicottville team, and he shows it right there off that tip pass. He's able to pick it off and puts the Titans in great field position.
So 1st and 10 on the Wolfpack 36 is an inside give to Bilecki. Bilecki trying to swing it to the left side, but he'll get about 2 yards. Kyle Ryan, one of the guys there on the tackle. So it's going to be ruled a 1-2-yard gain on the run. So it's a gain of a yard. Big opportunity here for Franklinville Ellicottville to, again, make this a 2-possession game. Marsh, he'll look to shake off an interception on his last drive. Again, we're a month away from Christmas, but yet it looks like it's giving season out here.
Yeah, there's been a good amount of stuff happening out on the field, and now Franklinville Ellicottville with a chance with really good field position to try to get this lead up, try to extend it.
Pistol formation, 3:24 left in the third and counting, and Marsh wants to throw. Looking, cocks the arm, looking, reverses his field. He's got a lot of room now in the pocket. Looking, triggers it downfield. That's caught. Frank with the catch, and there's a flag. I wonder if that's going to be on the tackle.
I wonder what. Yeah, I'm curious what this penalty is going to be. There's a lot of progression for Marsh. He had to go from his left, and he moved back over to his right to find a nice
man downfield.
To find a nice pass, and it's an eligible receiver downfield. So the offensive lineman probably extended out a little bit too far.
Yes.
To be considered a receiver technically on the play, even though he's technically ineligible. So we'll see. This ball spotted.
Yeah, you only get a certain amount of yardage between the line of scrimmage and being able to block if you're a lineman. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. And that's the amount of yards I believe a lineman does have until it becomes ineligible. And that's a big penalty there, but it's still just second down. They have a shot to at least cut the yardage in half to make it a manageable third down. And it's going to be pistol formation here for the Titans. 2-back set. And the clock continuing to wind down, under 3 minutes left in the third. Score again 6-3 in favor of the Titans. Wolfpack showing the blitz on the edges. And we have a flag. Delay a game on the Titans, and now it's starting to go backwards. And we've seen that. These have been drive killers.
Yeah, it definitely is. And, we saw this happen earlier in the contest when the Titans were trying to get down the field. And, unfortunately, you can't have this keep happening over and over again. This is where you got to start taking advantage. You're only up 6-3. There hasn't been a lot of chances to score. Now you have the chance. You're in CSP's territory. You got to try and do something.
And it's going to be an official's timeout. So the clock's going to run on the snap. So it's a clock issue, and that's something that's very common in sports. But once again, 2:35 left in the third quarter, and 6-3 in favor of the Titans, and back-to-back penalties have kind of neutralized this drive so far. But, again, you get half of this yardage back, you can make this at least a third and manageable.
Looks like we're still in a little bit of issue with the clock. Oh, now it's up.
It's corrected. 2:35 left in the third. Second down and 18 for the Titans. An opportunity to make this a two-possession game. Grenol's set in motion. And here's the snap. It's a low one, but Marsh is able to catch it, looking. Here comes the rush. He escapes and, nearly ran into a defensive lineman, but he's able to throw it away. That's going to be grounding, though, because even if you're in the tackle box, the pass has to go back to the line of scrimmage, and clearly that did not. That will be a grounding penalty.
No, it did not. No, and that's when Marshy saw the pressure right away, and he turned to his right, trying to move over to his right, and he was immediately met up by a CSP defender and could not find anyone open. Just tried to chuck it on a deep prayer to see if he had a receiver in his vicinity. He did not. And that's intentional grounding.
And this is a double-edged sword. This is a double whammy, you can say. Not no whammy, stop. But not only is it a spot penalty, that's also a loss of down. And if you're outside the tackle box, you can throw it away anywhere. But inside the tackle box, the pass has to go back to the line of scrimmage. And there also has to be a receiver in the area. Neither one of those factors came out, so that's a grounding. And we're going to have a triple threes on the board. We might as well queue up Blitz the League here on an Xbox. Third down and 33. Forrest Gump would be proud of this situation.
What's the time?
And we've got another clock issue. But 6-3 to score. Franklinville, Ellicottville over the CSP, Clymer Sherman Panama Wolfpack. Once again, the winner of this matchup will take on Randolph at Highmark Stadium next week. But we're going to talk one more time about our sponsors that we would like to thank. We're brought to you by Howard and Hannah, Immediate Care, Western New York, Chiefs Barber, Ad Pro Sports, Logistics Plus, RES Physical Medicine and Rehab, Cairo First Wellness Center, Trench Trophy, and the man that solves problems with his insurance company, Mr. Paul Wolf. So it's going to be 2:25 left in the third. Third down and 33. With this, I would say just give a handoff to Bilecki. You don't want to force another turnover.
No, you definitely don't. And that's probably going to be the best spot Franklinville, Ellicottville is going to have to be in. Just try to gain maybe about 5-10 yards and just punt the ball away, pin CSP, because mentioned multiple times, it's hard to get points in this game, and you pin CSP deep in their own territory, it's going to be tough for them to get a long drive going.
So it's going to be a trips right, one receiver to the left, and Marsh wants to throw. He'll throw a swing pass. That's caught by Bilecki, but this time, breaks a tackle for a moment, but that's going to be it. Even though it was a pass play, they played it smart. Didn't force anything. Make it a little bit closer and easier for your punter, Nuzzo. It's going to be fourth down and a mile and a half. So if you can pump that ball and pin it inside the 20, it's a job well done.
Absolutely. I mean, heck, even if you get inside the 30, that's still a very good job by the punter, just because CSP will have to go 70-plus yards down the field if he's able to pin it that far.
Burchanovsky and Hinsdale, the two deep men for the Wolfpack. There was a bad snap on the Titans punter earlier in the game. Low snap, but Nuzzo's able to field it. And this punt's a beauty. And it takes a good bounce. Burchanovsky picks it up at around the 20-yard line, where centers the field. Oh, he breaks away. Spins off the tackle, but he's going to get read right away by a big wall of Titans defenders. And Nuzzo got the job done, and the Wolfpack are pinned deep on their own end.
And where is that? Just low. Well, I want to say a little bit past the, maybe the 20-yard line, maybe 21-yard line. I mean, that's incredible.
It is.
That's now 79 yards. Clymer, Sherman, Panama, the Wolfpack have to go down the field, and they've not proven it that they can do that yet.
Yeah, and they're also, if they want to try this to avoid being behind and build up the momentum, they would need about 60, 65 yards for a reasonable field goal attempt for Hinsdale, who made a 34-yarder for their only points of the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a timeout's going to be called here by the Wolfpack. We'll take a quick break ourselves. 1:16 left in the third, 6-3 in favor of the Franklinville-Ellicottville Titans. Stick around for the conclusion of this Section 6 Class D semifinals matchup right here on WNY Athletics.
When you're ready to buy a home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. You can find new listings before they appear anywhere else and refine your search for immediate notifications of similar properties. Plus, get pre-qualified to make your offer stronger and connect with a local Howard Hanna agent who knows your area and how to close the deal. So when you're ready to buy, visit howardhanna.com and find your home fast.
I love being home.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office.
And we're back in the action here. We apologize for that delay, but the last play, Olsen tried throwing the ball, but he got hit as he threw it, and it fell incomplete, so it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Wolfpack at their own 22. As we have a triple stick on the board, 1:11 left in the third.
Passing, might be the best thing CSP has going forward. Honestly, to me, that's probably been their best part on this offense because they're finding stuff in the middle, and Franklinville-Ellicottville hasn't really had a chance to stop it.
And Olsen will throw a swing pass that's caught by Roth. Granols is able to bring him down, but not until Roth gets to about the 30-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down about 2 yards as we hit 1 minute left in the third. And it looks like an injury timeout here. A player's slow to get up. 56-1 left in the third. Again, score 6-3 in favor of Franklinville-Ellicottville. And we're going to take a quick timeout here, but stick around for more Section 6 Class D semifinals action right here on WNY Athletics.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
And we're about to soon resume action here between the Franklinville-Ellicottville Titans and the CSP Wolfpack on WNY Athletics. It was Brad John that was a bit shaken up on the play, but he was able to get up on his own power, which is always a good sign. And the WNY Maritime and West Seneca East game, the score still remains 22-0 in that one as they're about a quarter of the way through the third. It's going to be a pitch over to Roth. And Roth, he's going to get stopped for nothing. So a loss of yardage on the tackle. That's going to make it a 3rd and 2.
Oh, that's actually going to bring up 4th down.
A bit of a, I beg your pardon, it's going to make this a 4th down. A little bit of confusion on the board and looking at the ticker and whatnot, but we're getting through it and we're providing the best coverage we can right here on WNY Athletics as it's a 4th down right here for the Wolfpack, and Hinsdale's going to go toe to leather on the punt, and Granol's the deep man for the Titans. They may just let the clock run and let the third quarter be done. Burchanovsky's going to be set in motion, and that's how we're going to end the third quarter here in Panama, New York with the score. The CSP Wolfpack 3, Franklinville-Ellicottville 6. Stick around for the conclusion of this ballgame between Franklinville-Ellicottville and CSP right here on WNY Athletics. Stick around.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to WNYimmediatecare.com for more information.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
And we're about to start the fourth and final frame right here of Section 6 Class D semifinals football action right here on WNY Athletics. And Hinsdale set to punt the ball back to the Titans. And honestly, with nobody moving anywhere, I wouldn't be shocked if we may see a fake at some point in the fourth. And with those motion men, it's usually convincing. And here's a snap, and Hinsdale's going to kick it. And this one is another high one, and it'll roll inside the 40 to about the 39, 38-yard line. It's about 34, 35 yards there, and it's going to make it a first down and 10 for the Titans. And the way this has been going offensively and defensively, if the Titans could score again, that could possibly be the dagger.
I have to agree, because if, let's say, hypothetically, this drive, they're going to kill about maybe 3, maybe 4 minutes of clock. And if they're able to get that touchdown to make it 12-3, that at least, has to put CSP in a situation where, let's say Franklinville, Ellicottville gets the touchdown, it doesn't go for 2. It makes it 12-3. Now, Franklinville, CSP would have to get a touchdown, try to go for 2, and they still be down by 1. And they would have to make a stop and then come back and get more score.
But first and 10, they're on 39, two-back pistol, and it's going to be a give to Bilecki. Bilecki breaks one tackle and can't quite break another one. The ball came out, but he was down just as it was about to go loose, so it's going to be second down and long. Bilecki's had a busy game, but he's had more success on the receiving end than he has rushing. And we do have an official timeout.
Looks like an injury timeout. We got
yes, we do. Yep.
Titan player down on the field. Looks like it's Bilecki.
It is Bilecki. But we are going to take a quick break once again. 6-3 to score, start of the fourth quarter. Stick around for the rest of the action.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.
And Bilecki, from the way it was seeing that we saw during the break, it was just cramps.
Yeah, it looked like he just had a cramping issue. That's what happens, with this, big change in temperature now as we are, still in the first week in November. Right on my clock it says, 51 degrees and sunny. I'll tell you what, it doesn't feel like that. We got a little bit of that wind chill factor. It feels like it's in around like the mid-40s. And even, yesterday, the game I covered between Iroquois and Albion, it got as low as to 34 degrees.
Wow. But Marsh is going to be under center as they are in the I formation. They're going to go with 3 wides, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. And we're going to have a delay of game penalty.
Yeah, there's just confusion between Lucas March and Jason March, the head coach for Franklinville, Ellicottville. And they don't know what they want to run, and unfortunately, in that case, again, they have to take the penalty. They can't take any more timeouts. They already got 2 remaining. They got to try and conserve those just in case they need them down this quarter, once this quarter progresses along.
But also, you need to know what you have to do because the penalties throughout this game, it's killed drives for both teams.
Second and 15.
So let's see if the Titans can get this play off with no issues. They've had some trouble with the delay of games. And they're going to go to a 2-back set. And they need to snap this quickly. Seems like the time's starting to run out on the clock. And there's another delay of game. I don't know what in the world's going on, but with this communication for the Titans, this is like Looney Tunes and Merry Melodies right now.
It's just miscommunication. It's Marsh is not getting, Marsh is just not getting that communication, going between there and the head coach, and because of that, they're taking their time, trying to get the play involved, and at the end of it, they're not getting good times to set up to get the play running.
And this is a 2nd down and 20. And here's a snap, and Marsh wants to get through the air, looking, cocks the arm, shoots it downfield for Granols, and it's incomplete. So the Wolfpack, they're in a good situation here. This is a 3rd and 20. If they can force another 4th down here, the offense will get another chance to take back this lead. What would also be cool is if it would really help is if schools that we go to had like a clock on top of the scoreboard where it would be the time clock to where it could count down. That would make it so much easier. But 3rd down and 20 here for the Titans, and they're going to go in a pistol shotgun formation. And here's a snap. Marsh looking, still looking, throws a lollipop, and it's intercepted! Picked off, and that's Brown. How about a 2nd interception for him? But there is a flag. The direction the flag is, it's in the vicinity of holding. Oh, face mask on the Wolfpack, and that's going to be an automatic 1st down, I believe. I have seen somewhere it goes from a 3rd and 20 to a 3rd and 5, but to my knowledge, it's always an automatic 1st down.
Well, remember, this is still, high school football. A lot of rules are different when it comes to college and the pros. So we'll see where they spot the ball. They spot the ball first, and then we'll get a good grasp of what down and distance is for Franklinville and Ellicottville.
Well, face mask is a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, so it will not be a 1st down. They're just going to have marched this, 15 yards. So it was a 3rd and 20. So with that 15-yard penalty, it's going to make it a 3rd and 5 now for the Titans.
And another fine example of penalties that are hurting one team. And that erased the 2 delay of games the Titans had back-to-back.
It erased the 2 delay of games, and it gave an extra 5 yards.
And now the C.S.P. fans are starting to get into it. And the Franklinville, Ellicottville, it's so packed on that bleacher, all the other fans are on the grass. But Granola set in motion. Here's a snap. Marsh looking to throw, looking. Gets away from the rush. He's got a lot of room to run. He's got the 1st down and more, and he'll slide down around midfield. So the drive stays a lot. Oh, there's a flag on the play. A late flag. From the indication, it looks like it's going to be a late hit on the Wolfpack. So if that's the case, that's 15 yards tacked on from Marsh's run. But we'll have to wait and see. But the referees are having a conference see unless they're offsetting penalties. I wonder if there's one on each. That might be the case. So that's going to be on the Titans.
So the penalty was on Franklinville, Ellicottville. That signal that the referee gave, I'm not too familiar with that. I don't know if that's targeting maybe helmet to helmet.
I wonder if that's a blindside block. I do believe that is a blindside block penalty.
Well, I'll tell you what, we have the radio crew here as well, and we have the PA announcer and the game clock guy, and not a single one of us knows what that signal for a penalty was.
Well, the PA guy's thinking it's the gorilla mechanic. You just got to get the symbols for it. Ting, 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 ting. But
so that was, because originally it was a 3rd and 5, so that's a bit of a 7-yard penalty. 7-yard loss. Oh, excuse me, 8-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd and 13 now.
So that was, from what I was hearing, that was a blindside block penalty. But a fake handoff to Granols. Marsh wants to throw down the center of the field and incomplete. That was intended for Hunter Smith, and Oh, wait, there's another flag. Another flag on the play, and just like Don Henley, the dirty laundry, I say decline that penalty, make it a 4th down. That was a holding on the Titans. Make a punt it.
Do you? I mean, you push them back another.
Unless you want to make it 3rd and 23.
You could make it 3rd and 23. Listen, field position in
Yeah.
this game has been the most crucial part. You're pushing back Franklinville, Ellicottville right now, where when they
They're
had to get a
declining
chance to punt the ball, I don't know about that, honestly, because that penalty would have been 10 yards. That would have been 10 yards. They would have to try to get one more play off, trying to go 20-plus yards downfield. Then they would have to punt it from that 10-yard penalty where they would be originally, and CSP would have better field possession, theoretically. So I'm really kind of surprised they didn't accept the penalty.
I think they just wanted to force 4th down so they could get the ball back. That's what I was thinking. But Hinsdale and Berchanovsky, the deep men for the return. Nuzzo sent the punt. So it's going to be 4th down and 13. And here comes, low snap, and Nuzzo's able to field it. And, another nice punt. And it goes out of bounds at around the 20-yard line. So that's going to be a 37-yard punt by Nuzzo, and he pinned the Wolfpack back to 80 yards for a touchdown. And plenty of time left in the 4th, 10:02. So another chance for the Wolfpack to try and reclaim the lead or to at least tie the game.
Official notice 4 o'clock notification.
Yeah, so it's right around the 20-yard line, so they'll start off with that. Looks like the refs are going to have a discussion of possibly the clock to see what they want us for time.
From what I saw, it was 10:02. But again, I didn't know we were on Apollo 13. We just heard Houston, we had a problem. But clock problems are popular in high school sports. From my experiences playing in it and helping out in other aspects of it, clock problems can just be a headache. So 10:02 left in regulation, 6-3 in favor of the Titans, and Wolfpack at their own 20-yard line. So pistol formation, and Olsen wants to throw. Looking, throws on the left side of the field. That's caught by Malink.
So that'll probably be about a 9-yard pass.
Yep, Willink on the reception. So looks like 2nd and inches from the spot of the ball. And the clock continuing to roll. 9.5 minutes left in regulation. An I formation as Olsen's under center. Hinsdale on motion, and it's going to be a keeper, and they got more than enough for a 1st down.
First down.
So 8:17 or 9:17, excuse me. Sometimes that clock can be a little broken up from the numbers, but 6-3 in favor of the Titans. And they're going to go into shotgun formation. Trips to the left, one receiver to the right. Olsen wants to throw for it. Looking, but here comes the blitz. And incomplete. Looked like it was a tight end screen there for Willink, excuse me. But it just got busted, and it went to no man's land.
He slipped and fell. That's exactly what happened. When as soon as he fell down, that's when Olsen tried to fire the ball over to him, and it's just one of those things where both those things were going in motion, and there was just nothing Olsen could do.
So exactly 9 minutes left in regulation. 2nd down and 10 at the 35-yard line as Roth will be sent in motion. And here's a snap, and Olsen wants to throw. Looks. He'll throw it down the center of the field. That's incomplete. Hinsdale couldn't hold on to it as he fell down. So 3rd down and 10 for the Wolfpack, and if you're the Titans, you can force another 4th down here. You have a chance to at least milk 3-4 minutes of clock.
Yeah, it's just, unfortunate for CSP. They had, unfortunate, incomplete pass, and that one, just the receiver could not corral it in. They got to start, get these catches in and keep this progress going.
Olsen looking to throw in the shotgun. Looks, still in the pocket, center of the field, incomplete. Intended for Roth, and it got broken up a tad by Blake Frank, and that's going to be 4th down and 10.
Yeah, Roth was the intended receiver, but what was funny is that when that went through his hands, Wilnick had a chance to catch the ball too, and that sailed through his hands as well. So, it's unfortunate, you had Wilnick who slipped and fell on the 1st down. 2nd and 10, you had another pass that couldn't be corralled and incomplete. And then you had, on 3rd and 10, 2 wide receivers, have the ball go through both their hands. It's just, you can't have that happen late in this game.
So Hinsdale is going to punt the ball here. And Grenol's the deep man. 8:48 left in regulation, 4th down, 10 to 35. And here comes the punt. And this one is a good punt and takes a good bounce. And it goes out at around the 27-yard line. So about a 38-yard punt there for Hinsdale. And now the Titans have a chance to not only add some more points again, but to also burn some clock.
I want to take a chance to thank our sponsors for tonight's game. It's brought to you by Howard and Hanna, Western New York Immediate Care, Chiefs Barber, Ad Pro Sports, Logistics Plus, RES Physical Medicine and Rehab, Cairo First Wellness Center, the Paul Wolf Agency, and Trench Trophy.
Ad Pro, the proud logo we wear with our fleeces, our T-shirts, our half vests. They are so comfortable.
Yeah, they've done a good job with our apparel. They have a good amount of their polo shirts or their raincoats, their fleeces. They do a really good job.
So 1st down and 10 at their own 35-yard line. So 8:40 left in regulation. And they're going to go in a pistol formation. Marsh takes a shotgun snap, and he wants to keep it, but he'll get about 3, maybe 4 yards from my vantage point.
No, seeing that play, being developed, it looked like he may have not gotten anything. And, he trusted his blockers. He kept his feet moving and got actually a pretty good chunk of yardage on the QB draw play.
Yep, and a quick update on the WNY Maritime and West Seneca East ball game. 4th quarter just started, but the score remains 22-0. As we're about to hit 8 minutes left after a 5-yard run by Marsh. So 2nd down and 5. And if you're the Titans, you can't afford to have any more delay of games.
No,
yeah.
I was going to say, no, you can't, but I'll tell you what, at the same time, they're doing a good job taking some time off the clock.
Yes, and it's going to be another keeper here, and that should be enough for a 1st down from what I see. If not, maybe a yard short.
Yeah, he's about a couple of yards short for the 1st down marker, but you know what? Even though they had those 2 delay game penalties, you kind of understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to take time off the clock, so there can't be anything more. So there can't be as much time for CSP to try to, get some time back.
So it's going to be enough for a 1st down, and 7:18 left in regulation.
Well, they just gave him enough for a 1st down marker from way ahead or camera vantage. Looked like he was just a bit short, but Marsh just doing a good job. He got 5 yards on that 1st down run, and 2nd and 5 just gets enough for the 1st down marker.
Yeah, and right now the Titans are doing it right. They're taking their time. They've got the 3-point lead, and they're burning clock. It's now under 7 minutes. So 1st down and 10 at their own 37-yard line. And it's going to be a 3rd straight quarterback keeper, and he'll cross the 40. He gets it to about the 42.
Yeah, I mean, what is that, around the 37? He just probably got another 5 yards right there. I mean, this is smart of what Franklinville, Ellicottville is doing. They just want to take their time. You could see Lucas Marsh, though. He's walking back over to Blake Frank, he is definitely fatigued. He's probably hurting a little bit. He's had to, put the team on his back, throughout this game, especially with that big touchdown pass he had from making a beautiful throw over to Blake Frank to make this a 6-3 ball game.
And as I've mentioned, they're doing it right. Nothing fancy, don't force nothing. And this time it's going to be a give to Bilecki, and he'll get about a yard, maybe 2. And they've got it down to 5:53 left and counting in regulation. Even if this results in a punt, this is a job well done offensively by Franklinville-Ellicottville.
It definitely is because, look at where the field is. They're right at their own 45-yard line. You get one good boot, you're pinning them. If it's a good boot, you're pinning them possibly inside the 20, maybe 15-yard line.
5.5 minutes left in regulation and still winding. The long and winding road as the Titans prepare for their third down play. And they better figure it out. They don't want to have another delay of game. They've had 3 or 4 of those tonight. And how about another delay of game? I'm wondering if there's a miscommunication with the headset or the crowd just getting too loud for them to hear. Not sure what's going on, but when the receivers and Marsh are looking at their bands for the plays, that's usually an indication that they're starting to panic, and that's when the flag comes for delay. So 5:15 left in the ball game. After the delay of game, it's going to be a 3rd down and 9. So the Titans trying to figure out the play. From what I know, this is either the 4th or 5th delay of game, and this is the 3rd one they've had in the second half alone. So 3rd down and 9 at their own 43. Here's a snap and a fake handoff. Marsh wants to throw. Swings it over and incomplete. Intended for Smith. But this is not a bad situation. You're in a good spot to where you can, like you said, Jake, boot the ball, and if it's a good punt, pin the Wolfpack back again.
Yeah, it definitely is, but at the same time, you got to realize, this is a 6-3 ball game, and they have a chance to kick a field goal to tie it. I mean, you wanted to try to at least keep this drive going a bit more to kill more clock and try to get this, try to get their possession as quickly, into CSP territory and pin them deep as, on their offensive drive. And, they weren't able to do that, but I'm still seeing the offense out there. I don't know if they're going to stay out there for the punting. Nope, they're going to be punting it.
Nuzzo is the punter for the Titans, and Burchanovsky is going to be the only guy returning. Looks like they're going to try and rush here. Here comes the punt. And this one, a knuckleballer, but it takes a good bounce. And Burchanovsky muffed it. I do believe he got it, though.
Oh, he is so lucky to recover that. He had 2 Titans players right there, and the way he was positioned when he fell down, it looked like he had no chance of recovering it. He did, though, but not before being spotted at the 25-yard line. 75 yards they're going to have to go.
Let's see here. From the spot, it looks like it's at roughly the 25-yard line. It'll say the 24 on the board. So here's a situation for the Wolfpack. They're 76 yards away from a go-ahead touchdown, and I would say roughly they are about 55, 60 yards from a Hinsdale field goal try. Going deep right off the bat, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended for Willink. I thought there was going to be a flag on Bilecki, but it was stride for stride, and I think that's a good no call personally.
No, I think it's a great no call. There wasn't a lot of contact there. Bilecki turned his head, the last second because he was the defender, see where that football was, and, Willink just wasn't able to find a way to make a quick adjustment to corral that football in, and, I don't think I think it was a good no call at all. Both players just fell down. There wasn't a lot of contact there.
So they're going to go into trips left, one receiver to the right. The trips is in a stack, and Willink's going to be set in motion. And false start on the Wolfpack. And that's one of those penalties where the coach just wants to throw off his headset and rip his hair out. And that's a big penalty.
5-yard
So a 5-yard penalty, making it 2nd and 15 at their own 20.
So now they're going to be starting at their 20-yard line. Now they got to go 80 yards downfield to even try to get a touchdown.
So 2nd down and 15 at their own 20. Olsen and the Wolfpack break the huddle. So they're going to have a trips to the left, one receiver to the right. And Olsen wants to throw for it again, looking. He shoots it downfield, going for Willing again. And he makes it, no, incomplete. Incomplete, could not maintain control. When he went down, the ball popped out of the ditch of his arm and hit the grass.
Yeah, we had the perfect vantage point. That was a marvelous attempt by Wilnick to try and corral it in, but as soon as he came down, he had the football right behind him. He was trying to adjust his arms a bit to try to corral it in and ended up, coming out of his hands for an incomplete pass.
So 3rd down and 15, 4:50 left in regulation. 80 yards away from a go-ahead touchdown. Olsen wants to throw, looking, in the pocket, center of the field. That's caught, and that is complete to Brown. Gets it to the 35-yard line. That should be enough for a 1st down. And from that spot, it looks like it is. A big completion there on a 3rd and 15, and that was the Cooper Brown. And a 1st down on the 3rd and 15 conversion, and the Wolfpack keep the drive alive as the clock is now at 4:34. Olsen throws a wide receiver screen to Hinsdale, picks up some blockers, picks up another block, crosses midfield, and another 1st down. Tackle on the play by Coda Curtis.
The freshman making a big play. Bryce Hinsdale able to get this past the midfield marker. They're in Franklinville, Ellicottville territory.
And the Wolfpack starting to pick it up here a little bit. They are in Titans territory. Shotgun formation, trips to the right, one receiver left. Olsen wants to throw, takes a shotgun snap, goes long downfield for Willig, and that should be offensive interference. That's what it looked like from my view. But I'm sure Bilecki's not tripping about it because the pass was incomplete, but Willig clearly dragged down Bilecki.
He did, and that might have been something where maybe if the pass was underthrown a little bit, so he's maybe trying to go up against Bilecki and make sure he can't get a possible interception. But you were right. Wilnick was all over Bilecki, and I'm surprised he didn't throw the flag for offensive pass interference.
Shotgun formation again, but a timeout's going to be called here by the Wolfpack. We'll take a quick break ourselves. 4:12 left in regulation, 6-3 to score in favor of the Titans. Stick around for the conclusion of this game right here on WNY Athletics.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
I love being home.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you. Western New York Immediate Care provides quick, quality care for non-emergent injuries and illnesses. Go to WNYImmediatecare.com for more information.
And welcome back to this matchup between CSP, Franklinville, Ellicottville. Shotgun formation. Olsen looking to throw, but here comes the rush. Pass is caught. Caught by Willink. Breaks a tackle. Breaks another one. And gets it to about the 41-yard line. It's going to be 3rd down and a yard. But clock still rolling. 3:55 left and counting. 6-3 in favor of the Titans. Franklinville, Ellicottville looking to hold on to get the high mark. The Wolfpack wanting to claw their way to Highmark Stadium. Once again, the winner taking on the Randolph Cardinals.
We've had a little bit of talk of discussion about, some possible flags that should have been thrown, but here's Wilnick and Bilecki once more, one-on-one.
Lissandro in motion, and Olsen he got stuffed right away. I wonder if that was a bad snap or a busted play. Unless if it was a sneak, but if it was a sneak, he got stuffed. And honestly, this could be the ball game right here. This is 4th down. It's going to be a loss of a yard on the sneak, 4th and 2. And honestly, the sneak won't work. You know what I would think? Try a play action fake. See if that gets the Titans guessing to pursue the run.
And they definitely could, but you also got to remember, if they're stacking up the box and they do an all-out blitz,
ooh,
that would be a killer.
4th down and 2. Again, this could be the ball game. Olsen, shotgun, looking to throw. Throws it. That's caught. That's complete to Willink, and he's got enough. Needed 2, and he needed 2, and it looked like he got about 4.
Oh, that is so close.
The spot's going to be changed, and there's probably going to be a chain gang. Oh, my goodness. From my view, it looked like he got it. Oh, if this is 4th and short, the Titans will have the opportunity to run the clock down and go against Randolph.
So here's the thing. That first down marker is just in front of the 40-yard line. So is the football as well.
Here comes the spot. This is the ball game right here. Here's the measurement, and he did not get it. He did not get it. That's going to be short. First down for the Titans, and what a turn of events. And now Titans can run the clock down and make the Wolfpack burn their last timeout. If they can run this right, the Titans have this in the bag. But that spot, even we were hearing it from some of the other media crews that we're with here in the press box, that was a questionable spot.
It's definitely, questionable where they might spot that ball, but, nonetheless, that first down marker, they just have just a bit short, just by inches, and, now the Titans, have a chance to try to burn clock here.
If the Titans do it right, they've got it in the bag. But if the Wolfpack can get another stop here, they can still have a chance. This game is not over yet. 2:32 left. And it's going to be a draw here for Marsh. And got about 3 yards on the run. And Coach Ty Harper is going to call a timeout. But wow, what a turn of events. The Wolfpack were threatening downfield. And then a failed 4th down and 2. And now it's going to be 2nd down here for Franklinville-Ellicottville. So it's going to be marked as a gain of 4 on the run. And now the Wolfpack are out of timeouts. So there's nothing they can do to stop the clock.
Yeah, unfortunately, dude. Now this is a spot where you have to stop. You're going to have to stop the Titans here. You can't let them get any more yardage. This is where, on a 2nd down and 6, this is probably why they wanted to call timeout, because they're going to probably come up with a big defensive play to try and push back Franklinville-Ellicottville as far as they can to set up a 3rd and long, because if it's a 3rd and long, that brings up the Titans to question, do they want to punt it? Or if it's a 4th and short or 4th, like 4 or 5, do they punt it or they try to go for it? Which is going to bring up questions for Jason Marsh, but it all starts on this defensive play.
Yes, and it's only a 2nd down. So at the very most, should this be a 3 and out, there would be, I would guess, approximately 90 seconds would be off the clock. So that would get the Wolfpack under a minute, and it's not necessarily a bad situation because you're on your home turf. You could possibly go for a field goal and force overtime at the minimum, but you got to stop the Titans first. And they jumped off sides. Another costly penalty. That's going to make this 2nd down and a yard.
That's a killer. That is absolutely a killer, considering that they had the bunch, they had it all boxed up the middle, route to send the blitz, and Titans got them jumping.
Now this makes a 2nd down and a yard. My personal opinion, they convert this, game's over. Unless there's a miracle at the Meadowlands, Titans are going to the Highmark Stadium to take on the Cardinals for a rematch from the regular season. And Mark's going to keep it, and he's got it. From my view, I think he got it.
Yeah, well, the first down marker is right there on that chalk line, and they're going to signal it.
And this is the ball game. There's a little over 2 minutes left in regulation. It's going to be first down and 10 as Marsh was able to convert the first down on a second down and 1 due to a critical offsides penalty by the Wolfpack. And the Titans had some costly penalties too, but it looks like they're going to walk away from this barely by the skin of their teeth unscathed.
Yeah, they definitely will. And as that clock keeps ticking along, it seems like this is going to go in favor of Franklinville, Ellicottville. Have the possible Class D title game between Franklinville, Ellicottville, and Randolph. But I'll tell you right now, we saw the way Randolph played against Franklinville, Ellicottville, as we just get a timeout called here by the Titans. We saw them earlier in the season.
Yes, we did.
And Xander Hine just was able to run right through them.
Rushed for 337 yards.
And just had a phenomenal job on the ground. And, to be honest, the Titans come away with a victory here, but you play like this against Randolph, there's no way you're winning that Class title game.
The Cardinals would be going deer hunting with the way it should the Titans play like they did today. In that game, though, against Franklinville, Ellicottville for Randolph, the Titans hung tough. They were in it throughout the whole ball game, but a couple of penalties and plus one ejection, that kind of led the bridge to collapse.
Yeah, it definitely did. And that's because, up until that conflict that happened in that game, they were in the game. They were playing amazing football. They were doing a great job moving the ball down the field. They weren't taking a lot of penalties as we've seen, in this game. And they play like that, they'll definitely be in contention against Randolph.
So they called the timeout to burn some clock. And it looks like they're just going to kneel the ball, and that's what they're going to do. The Wolfpack cannot stop the clock. They're out of timeouts, and like I said, unless there is a miracle at the Meadowlands, but this isn't Joe Pisarcik at quarterback for it, this is going to be a win for the Titans, and they're going to Highmark to take on the Randolph Cardinals from a Week 2 regular season rematch. All I'll say is if you're the Wolfpack, it's another successful season. Keep your heads up. Nothing to be ashamed of.
No, absolutely. CSP should get a ton of credit. They come back down to Class D, and they did a phenomenal job going 4-1 in Class D, 7-2 overall. They had a phenomenal season. They had a nice battle against Franklinville, Ellicottville earlier in the season. That was a Week 6 game where the Titans fell to them 16-12. And, listen, this is just a revenge game for Franklinville, Ellicottville. They go on CSP's grass, on their turf, and were able to get a big win tonight, and they will move on to the Class D title game.
Of course, congratulations to both teams on successful seasons. CSP, their season comes to a low-scoring and sad end, but the Titans, a 49-yard touchdown pass from Lucas Marsh to Blake Frank, proved to be the deciding factor for a 6-3 victory over the Wolfpack, and their only points of the game for CSP, a 34-yard field goal by Bryce Hinsdale as the first half expired, and the clock's about to hit. Zeros on the board. Once again, your final score, the Franklinville Ellicottville Titans 6 and the Clymer-Sherman Panama Wolfpack 3. So the Titans will advance to take on the Randolph Cardinals in the Section 6 Class D Finals at Highmark, where the home of the Buffalo Bills, and we're going to be covering some of those games throughout the week there.
So you want to thank our guys one more time for our sponsors for tonight's game. It's brought to you by Howard and Hanna, Western New York Immediate Care, RES Physical Medicine and Rehab, Logistics Plus, AdPro Sports, Chiefs Barber, Cairo First Wellness Center, Paul Wolf Agency, and Trench Trophy.
And with that, on behalf of WNY Athletics and from the 300-level media company, along with Jake Fyock and our cameraman behind the scenes, Mr. Alex Kolsty, I'm Norm Rodriguez saying you have been watching the Section 6 Class D semifinals matchup between the Franklinville Ellicottville Titans and the Clymer-Sherman Panama Wolfpack right here on WNY Athletics. Until next time.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com. Ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers, we can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. Get started today at howardhanna.com.
Avoiding care can lead to worse problems. Don't delay care. We're here for you.